Good evening. Well, I decided to roll the dice just as is because I feel it's exciting, like Las Vegas. You just go and you roll the dice and you take a chance and you see what happens. Life is an experiment. And on this Gemini moon, I wanted to launch my channel, being channel that we channel, not necessarily my channel, to see what is in store for this Gemini moon as we prepare for the full moon in Cancer. And it's a very great day to launch something, especially with Gemini being in the portal of the moon 3 days before the full moon. And full moons are illumination release points. So whatever we, on the tail end of this illumination cycle, we kind of like an explosion of energy, whatever it is that you want to kind of come to completion, fruition, if you will, from the new moon cycle that we just had with an eclipse. And so I feel called to do something out of my comfort zone. So I'm nervous, and yet I'm so excited, which means that, we're growing, and we've just are almost at the completion of this huge cycle of 2020, which I feel for all of us in some way, shape, or form has been something we will never, ever, 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 ever forget. And when I say that, I mean at the deepest core of our soul, this has been a birth that's happened, that is happening, or that will eventually happen, depending on where you are in your evolution. And wherever you're at is perfect. And I have come to this place in my life where I'm at in my journey that is just beyond words. I can't even start to even express in words what I've been through just in 2020, let alone what's behind 2020 that has led up to 2020. And all I know is that I feel the most vulnerable, the most uncomfortable, the most unhinged, the most open. And at the same time, I feel my humanity. I feel what it is to be a true human being, having this human experience. And in that, I feel compassion. I feel blessed. I feel my wholeness, dark, light, shadow, all of me. And I accept all of me, and I accept all of you. And as I feel my divine feminine receive, my divine masculine create from that place with my divine inner child being nurtured and seen, I have come to a place in my life where it's time for the next step. And what I mean by that is, as we just entered the winter, I start to descend And that has been something that has been not sought after as much as, going up, which I feel is not necessarily easier. It's more common, as opposed to descending into those dark places in our psyche, our shadow, all those places that we may not want to look at, that we may be afraid to go into. And there is so much substance, and I just see it as sap. And I'm getting the image of a tree, the sap that we sometimes see, like in pine trees. That sap doesn't come from the leaves. It doesn't come from the branches. It comes from the roots, the core of that tree. And I feel that there's a lot of wisdom there, and there's a lot of gold, if you will. And I'm getting Gandalf, I'm getting the crone, I'm getting Merlin, and all these archetypes I feel have started to come back, and I feel there's a recognizing of those archetypes, which are so important, I feel, as we journey forward from 2020 on, that in order to go higher, we need to go deeper. And I feel that a lot of the work is done when we go deeper. And we can make it fun. We can make it enjoyable. We can make it real. We can make it an adventure. And I saw this little skit movie on Netflix, and this is coming in right now, and I just watched it yesterday, and it was only like 20 minutes, and it was about this rabbit that had a plan, a layout, like an architect, of how it was going to dig its den. And it started to dig and dig and dig, and it went into the rat's den, and then it went the other way, and it went into the beaver's den, and it just kept on running into all these other animal spirits' dens. And that just brought to me how connected we all are, and our roots, our familial roots, our ancestral roots, our roots to each other, the collective. And I feel that when we go into these places, we're able to enjoy when we do the work, the inner work. And I don't necessarily call it work, because when you're doing something that is so much, so adventurous, so mysterious, so unknown, that it can be something like when you're hunting for a treasure in a cave, or a crystal, or mushrooms, or just all that magical world that comes to light when the moon is out, that we can really make it fun. And I invite you to venture with me to that place where we make this journey as we embrace the winter season. And I know that we don't have snow on the ground here in the city, maybe up in the mountains. And I feel that it's in honoring the seasons of our life, our journey, the seasons of the year, the seasons of our Mother Earth, that we come into harmony internally, externally, and it facilitates in creating this harmony as we journey to enjoy the seasons, because all the seasons, I feel, bring a lot of gifts if we embrace them and we acknowledge them internally, externally. And I feel that it's something that is not taught as much anymore, and it's something that's been forgotten, and yet I feel it's something that's so vital as far as us healing anything that wants to be healed at this moment in time in our evolution. And I feel that when you're honoring this space, that you can really facilitate your evolution and you can enjoy it. Because I feel that we're not meant to suffer through our evolution. Excuse me. I feel that we're supposed to enjoy our evolution. And so I invite you to journey with me on this first video, rolling the dice, and let's see what cards come up to help us to begin our hibernation and embrace it and gestate and see what comes in the spring. For what we do now will birth in the spring. And I feel that there's a maturation time, and I feel that the seasons are a certain length for a certain reason. And even as we evolve as a species, as Mother Earth is also having her evolution, I feel that the seasons will remain the length of time, and it's that way for a certain reason, a very divine reason. And I feel that when you go out into nature and you're hiking, if you're camping, that everything's always perfect in nature. There's always the right tree, the right stream, the right rock. And what I mean by right is right action, the action being taken to recognize that when you go out into nature, everything's perfect. And it may seem like chaos, like the twigs everywhere, the rocks everywhere, the trees everywhere, the leaves everywhere, the snow's everywhere. Whatever season you're in, I feel that for those in the southern hemisphere, you're having your summer. And so wherever you are on our sacred Mother Earth, I embrace the season that you're in, and I hope that you're taking advantage of where you're at and celebrating it and harnessing the gifts that come from that season. So let's see what card or cards want to come out for this message that is coming through for all of us as we enter this last section of the lunar cycle and really embrace as we come to the culmination of the lunar cycle with this full moon in Cancer. And I feel that it's an exciting time, and because it's Capricorn, the sun's in Capricorn, which is opposite of Cancer, I feel that this full moon is bringing a lot of gifts, and I'm really excited for all of us. And I want to just express and share the joy that is being felt as and there we go. And this card has been coming up a lot. And it reads, "The alchemy of energy teaches that death will always yield new life. And what's coming through right now, really powerfully, is that in wintertime, it seems like everything's dead in nature. The leaves fall, everything's barren, and yet in the core of all the trees, all the plants, deep in the earth, life is gestating. And it's like an incubation, and there's alchemy happening. And I'm getting the image of a chrysalis. When a caterpillar goes into the chrysalis stage before it becomes a butterfly, during that middle stage of the chrysalis, the caterpillar is going through an alchemical process that we can't even imagine in words what's happening. All we know is that in the spring, when that caterpillar comes out of the chrysalis, it's not the same. It has changed forever into this beautiful, beautiful butterfly. So what's coming through with crocodile is to honor the alchemical process that's happening right now with the energy, and however it's unfolding in your life, honor it. It's perfect. So whatever you're gestating through, be very gentle. Allow the process, the natural process, to happen. And I feel that there's a release happening with this full moon. And we can really release, and Cancer is a cardinal water sign. So I got this image when I was coming back from the city into the valley, and I saw this hose, like a fireman hose, and instead of it showering the outside of the house, which is technically used for fire, this image that came in, the message came in very clearly that the hose was being used to rinse out the inside of the house. So I feel that that's what's happening with this full moon in Cancer, that we're rinsing out the inside as we go into this massive release with the Cancer moon, and getting the chrysalis ready, the cave, the cocoon, whatever words you want to use to describe your experience, to gestate this energy so that the alchemy can take place in a clean environment. And what I mean by clean, with the new energy that we've been blessed with this Saturn-Jupiter conjunction that is now in Aquarius, that we can gestate with this new energy and really allow what is being birthed in the spring in a couple of months, weeks, and allowing for this birth to happen. And I know birth can be something that it doesn't feel good, meaning good in the sense of that it's gonna hurt. But I feel that the gift after all that, whatever it is that you feel, whether it's hurt, whether it's pain, whether it's discomfort, whether it's agitation, whether it's anger, whatever is felt, honor it, because I feel it's showing you something. And because this full moon is in Cancer, what is Cancer? It's all about your emotions. It's the crab. It's being in touch with how you truly, truly feel inside your home, your soul, your vessel. And crabs are very insular. Cancer is a very insular sign. So I feel that we're going to be given an opportunity to feel at the core what we're really feeling. And honoring that feeling is allowing us to know what needs to be rinsed out of our life, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. However it appears to you, however it feels to you, it's perfect. And honor this Cancerian, beautiful cardinal energy and allow it to rinse out whatever needs to be released so that you can come into this incubation that we're going into, deep, 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 deep roots, so that we can really incubate what is being birthed in the spring, so that you can have this birth in the spring and be blessed with this new energy, this new level, this new space. And I'm just getting now this image of, so that you can enjoy all the new furniture in your Cancerian home. You know, Cancer is about the home. So allowing this cleansing so that we can gestate and birth all the new that we're ready to birth, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And we're all going to go through this in some way, shape, or form. And I'm so excited. I am so excited. And the crocodile is a very ancient spirit animal. And it has been on Earth for thousands and thousands and thousands of years and survived God knows what. And when I say God, source, universe, creator, whatever you want to call, our life force, our energy. And I feel that the crocodile has survived for the reasons that it follows its nature, its internal, sacred, primal nature that we all have a connection to. And our mammalian brain sits on our reptilian brain. And I feel it's very much part of our evolution, the roots of our evolution. And I feel that it can be a tool to use to be all-inclusive and honor our core reptilian, survival, energetic processes that keep our mammalian brain safe when it comes to dangers. And at the same time, it gives us this ancient wisdom of, it's like the sap, coming full circle to the sap. The sap of the tree holds, it's like the glue. It's like the arteries through the trees, that sap, that nourishment that keeps it alive through the whole winter and allows for the gestation period, for the alchemy to happen. And then you come out birthed, however that looks like. I am so excited, and I hope that you take this journey as we start to hibernate and enjoy the process of nature and the true gifts that come with allowing nature, our sacred nature, to speak from within and cradling you, that we're always safe and that we're always loved and we're exactly where we need to be, and honoring that truth within our sacred heart and following that internal divine guidance that's always with us. So thank you for watching, and I hope this serves you in some way, shape, or form. And I'm sending blessings, and I'm sending a lot of love and waves of magic, because this is such a magical time. And I hope you're enjoying it and you're having fun. Satnam.